Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be discussing the battery life on my Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Now those of you who follow me, you must have seen the unboxing ready guys, which was just over 2 weeks ago. I've had the phone for a while now, so I thought let me give you a quick few screenshots of my usage so far on the Galaxy Note 8 and give you an idea of what the battery life is like on this flagship phone from Samsung. So let's open the phone up, and before we do that, let's have a quick look and see which version of Android the Galaxy Note 8 is running. So let's go into settings first of all, and from here we go into about phone, then software information, and there you go guys, it's running 7.1.1 Nougat. I hope that at some point Samsung will release Android Oreo, most likely maybe at the start of next year. Samsung Experience 8.5. The sad thing is that the Samsung Galaxy S8, which is also a flagship phone from Samsung for this year, is still running Android version 7.0 and Samsung Experience 8.0, which is quite frankly a bit disappointing. Being a flagship phone, you expect Samsung to keep that up to date along with the Note 8, but they haven't. But hopefully, fingers crossed, at some point they will also update the S8. I will be updating you guys as soon as the S8 receives the newer version of Android, or maybe Oreo straight away early next year along with the Note 8. Whatever happens, I'll keep you informed guys. Please follow my links to social media under the description, and hopefully I will be informing you once that is released on the Samsung Galaxy S8 and the Note 8. Okay, so it's like I said, it's running 7.1.1 and along with 8.5 Samsung Experience. Okay, so now let's get into gallery and have a look and see what I've been doing in the last few weeks ever since I had the phone. Okay, so the very first screenshot here guys, you can see the phone was down to 91%, and around Friday the 3rd November, around 11:30, just before midnight, I took a screenshot to see how the standby time is on the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. When I checked the phone in the morning around 10:30 on 4th of November, Saturday, the battery had gone down to 88%, which is not too bad. So in about 9 to 10 hours, the phone had lost around 3%, so from 91% to 88%, which is not bad. Okay, so the next screenshot, I think if I remember correctly, I was again taking another standby shot, and this time around 51% the battery was down to on 4th of November, Saturday at 23:16. And when I checked it the next day, which is the 5th of November, Sunday, at again around 10:30, the battery had gone down to 47%, so once again around 3 to 4%, which is not looking too bad. Okay, so this was my very first screenshot. I was running the phone on just Wi-Fi only guys, and after using it for the whole day, in fact over a day, 1 day and 13 hours and 38 minutes, I was able to achieve a total screen on time of 3 hours and 35 minutes. Now keeping in mind that the phone was still down to 43%, sorry, it wasn't too bad. However, I could not drain out completely because I was in a rush guys. I had to go somewhere, so I had to charge the phone again, but I will show you some more screenshots later in the video. As you can see here, I had kept the phone on full HD plus throughout my testing period guys. If you were to put it on WQHD HD plus, I'm sure the screen on time will reduce, but unfortunately I wasn't able to test. But I can tell you that I've been testing over the past few days, and WQHD plus does affect the screen on time by half an hour to 45 minutes. As you must have seen in my S8 video, which I did post a few months ago. Okay, so there we go again guys. Once again, I think I was again testing the standby time, yes, and just past midnight on 6th of November, Monday, the battery was down to 51%, and at 11:50 the next day, 6th of November on Monday guys, battery was down to 47%. As you can see, once again a loss of around 3 to 4% in about 12 hours time, which is very good quite frankly, and not bad at all. Okay, so once again I was able to take the battery down all the way to 5% guys, as you can see here, and after using it for 1 day and 7 hours with my typical usage, Bluetooth, listening to music, social media, YouTube and everything else, I was able to achieve a total screen on time of 5 hours and 28 minutes with battery down to 5%, and once again this was only on Wi-Fi and not 4G. Okay, now here once again down to 5%, another screenshot after 1 day and 23 hours of total usage with my social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everything else, guys, I was once again able to achieve 5 hours and 31 minutes of screen on time with battery down to 5%. So the doubt that people had about Note 8, keeping in mind that Note 7, which had lots of issues with the battery life and the battery in general, as you remember, guys, Note 7 had lots of issues and it had a bigger battery, 3500 milliampere for a 5.7 inch Quad HD screen, as opposed to Note 8, which has got a considerably bigger screen, a 6.3 inches Quad HD screen, and a smaller battery of 3300 milliamp. I think this is not too bad. This is pretty much on par with what I'm achieving on the Samsung Galaxy S8, but keeping in mind, like I said, a big screen and a small battery, I think Samsung's optimizations have done really well and they have achieved some great screen on time for a big screen and a small battery. Okay, once again, the battery was down to 4% after using it for 2 days and 11 hours, 55 minutes. My typical usage was social media, Instagram, YouTube, once more, same as before, guys. And I was able to achieve 5 hours and 28 minutes of screen on time with battery down to 4%. So once again, as you can see, guys, I'm getting around 5.5 mark very consistently on Wi-Fi. Even on 4G, I was surprised that it wasn't too bad. Now in the next screenshot, I did use 4G, guys. Sorry, the battery's gone down to 5%. Let me screen the brightness. There we go. Okay. Alright, so once again, you can see the battery had gone down to 5%, sorry. I also used 4G and Wi-Fi, did a bit of mixed usage, and after 2 days and 22 hours of total usage, I was able to achieve 4 hours and 53 minutes of screen on time. Now you can see it's gone down slightly a bit from which we have seen in the previous screenshot. Reason being because I used a bit more 4G, but then again, you can get close to 5 hours even with 4G if you're a bit more conservative in use. I'm a heavy user, that's why the screen on time is not as good, but as compared to other flagship devices from this year, I think this is very, very good. Keeping in mind, like I said, it's got a big screen, massive 6.3 in Quad HD screen, and a smaller battery. Once again, down to 5%. I did use 4G, but I think I used Wi-Fi more and 4G less. So after 1 day and 4 hours and 22 minutes of total usage, I was able to achieve once again 5 hours and 45 minutes of screen on time. Now one thing I've noticed, after my first week of usage, in the second week, the battery was giving me even more screen on time. Regardless of I was using Wi-Fi or 4G, I was getting some very good screen on time. So if you end up buying the Note 8, guys, make sure you give it at least a week or two before the battery settles down, and then you will see some really good screen on time. 5.5 to 6 hours is very much possible on the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Okay, next up here again, I was testing the charging speeds on the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 using the Samsung's boxed standard charger. As you can see, the battery was down to 5%, and if you look here at the bottom, guys, fast charging 5% and about 1 hour and 36 minutes of total time required to fully charge the battery. Now keeping in mind how big the battery is and using only a QC 2.0 fast charger, Samsung's box charger, this is not bad at all. So if your battery is down to 5% and if you're going to charge it from 5%, it wouldn't take more than an hour and a half before the battery is fully charged. So guys, this was my quick overview of the battery on the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. As you can see, a big, huge, massive 6.3 Quad HD screen and only a small 300 milliamp battery. I think they're done pretty well. It's been 2 years since we had no Note, ever since the Note 7 had so many issues. I think they have come in big time. They're not giving you QC 3.0 charging speeds or QC 4.0 charging speeds because of obvious reasons. Obviously, for them, safety is more important than a stable device. But still, get anything above 5 hours on the Galaxy Note 8, in my opinion, is very, very good. And it's a device which can last you all day on 4G or Wi-Fi. And by the way, doing this testing, I also had kept my brightness around 60 to 65%. That's why I normally tend to keep my brightness, guys. So all in all, I am quite happy and satisfied, if not impressed, with the battery life on the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. Any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. And like always, please subscribe as it helps. And I shall see you in the next video.